YBI has 5 buildings, soon to be 6 in downtown Youngstown. The original building that we were gifted in the early 90s and renovated later in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was kind of becoming a little bit run down. The infrastructure's there, but the aesthetics were not. And we've been so focused on the last couple decades since of opening new buildings, building new buildings, opening new buildings, that our main building that we moved into and started YBI in, it was becoming, it needed a little bit of love, let's just say it that way. So we set out on this campaign. It was a good time for us. We had just finished renovations to Tech Block Building 5, our additive manufacturing building. And of course, before we got the news about the innovation hub, so it's kind of right in that sweet spot. We knew that we needed to do something about breathing a little bit of new life into the YBI main building. So that's why we started the capital campaign there, to refresh that space. The ribbon cutting we expect for all of our donors, organizations and individuals and families will be there to help us cut the ribbon on the new building. There will be a lot more light in the building. We were fortunate enough to be able to put in 2 new windows on our parking lot side and a whole bank of new windows on the back area that goes into our break room, and then another window that goes into our large conference room. So there's a lot more light. The buildings that were built downtown, you know, when they were built, there were one right next to each other. So to have a parking lot next to ours but not have any windows in that area didn't make a whole lot of sense to us, especially in the winter when things kind of get dull here. But on beautiful sunny days, it's nice to have the sunshine in. The first floor is all of our YBI office space. So all of our programs, our entrepreneurship programs, technology, our Minority Business Assistance Center, all of that work takes place on the first floor, as well as our administrative offices and 2 conference rooms. And the conference rooms are not just for YBI, they're for our tenant companies, our client companies, folks who have meetings. They might be coming in from out of town. We might be meeting with elected officials or board members, and it didn't look great for us to not have the nicest looking space, especially when all the other buildings on our block are being renovated. So it got to be uninspiring, and it was kind of lost its luster after the renovations in the late 90s. So it needed a refresh. The 2nd through 5th floors are tenant spaces for YBI tenant companies. Most of them are client companies, and the other ones are partners with us. So we refreshed all of the hallway spaces. We had the floors refinished, got all new lighting kits, painted the walls, redid the bathrooms, just so it's a nice, welcoming space for tenant companies, because they're paying us as a nonprofit. You know, our first mission is not as a landlord, but that is something that we do. So we needed to make sure that those spaces look good and function well for both our tenants as well as the guests that they bring in. We're going to be having an event on Tuesday, November 25th, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, to recognize all of the donors, the organizations and individuals and families who made gifts to this campaign that allowed us the new space, the renovated space. It's an important part of our recognition of them. They put their trust in us, as uncomfortable as it is sometimes for donors to be recognized for the good work they do. We just want to have a little event to recognize their generosity towards us and also reveal it to the community. We have organizations outside of YBI and our tenant companies that have events and meetings there. So we're happy to open it up to the community. Certainly other boards of nonprofits in the community meet there. So it's nice to be able to have this space for convening downtown.